together in a dark comedy called The Fifth Step that's coming soon to the London stage. They told me yesterday how performing this intense two-hander, only the two of them for the whole show, has had a real impact on both of them.
The fifth step is where a person brings their list of wrongs to their sponsor and confesses basically everything that they feel bad about that they've done in their life that they want to get off their chest. So that's what the fifth step is.
But I just wonder, because even reading it, it does set off lots of questions in your mind about things that in your past. It talks about the upbringing, a relationship with his father. You talk about witnessing, and I don't want to give things away, but it's very, very personal and confessional even in this way. It feels they come together to share all these things from their past.
Yeah.
So I wonder if going through that and inhabiting those characters has brought anything for you that you feel you've learned about going through that process?
I tell you what it has done for me is that because it's a dark comedy, it has confirmed in me that I try to laugh at myself as much as possible, and how powerful that is as a tool to coping with anything difficult in anyone's life. It's not always instantly accessible depending on what the situation is, but it's really sort of made me feel that laughing is sometimes, it's corny, but it is the best medicine. And I've done other projects that involve the world of AA, and it is amazing how, and I've sat in real groups that it is just very funny, and they're brilliant raconteurs, and it's a way of self-healing, is being able to sort of pull the poison out of really the lowest ebb that you find a lot of people.
And in terms of how this project came about and why you are working together, how did it happen, Ryan?
I had never met Jack, we didn't know each other, but I thought, yeah, I can see him doing that, and I think I can see us doing that, hopefully happily. It was too good for me not to do, it takes a lot for me to do a play. It takes a lot, because it's a big commitment, it's a huge commitment, and I really, really have to love it, and I just did. I thought, oh, damn, they got me.
Well, I was going to ask, because, both of you probably at the moment could pretty much pick and choose almost any project that you wanted to do. You've both had massive successes and all sorts of different projects that people will recognise you from different shows. Jack, lots of people will be probably going to see this because of the massive success of Slow Horses.
Are you in that?
I am.
Are you?
Just a small part.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should watch it sometime. It's meant to be quite good.
I hear it's very, yeah.
You always run off by yourself trying to be a hero. What the?
Do you think that there are things about that show where if people haven't seen it, disgraced spies turn out to be sort of better than MI5 at doing the job? Is there anything kind of outlandish that you learned in the process of that series? But did you find out real things?
About MI5?
Yeah. And are you allowed to tell us if you did? That's a different question.
We did a day with an ex-MI6 officer who was helping us to train in the art of surveillance and counter-surveillance and sort of walking along, following a mark and all that kind of stuff. And he gave us a lecture for a bit, and then he said, right, we're going to go outside and do this. And then he pulled the shutters down up on the window, and he saw that it was raining, and he went, oh no, maybe we shouldn't. You're like, what? You're MI6? So MI6, I don't know, they don't operate in the rain. Maybe that's because they're abroad a lot.
That's very reassuring, isn't it? Do you ever do it? Have you ever, chased, surreptitiously been...
Chased people? No, I haven't chased anyone, no. Have you followed anyone you shouldn't?
No, but I have wondered about that. About how difficult it is to tail someone.
Or if you are being tailed.
I have thought about that as well.
Really?
I have thought about that. Yeah, well, because sometimes you are tailed.
Yeah.
I am tailed occasionally.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Just by people follow you around sometimes, and they think you don't know, and of course you do know.
What, fans?
Yeah, if you can call them that, yeah. Let's call them that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but it's people who just want to follow you around.
Yeah.
Does that feel scary sometimes?
Not scary, more annoying, I suppose. Yeah, it's annoying because they think you don't know they're doing it. And so occasionally I do just turn around and go, look, what do you want? And they're like, how did you know? It's like, because you've been doing it for half an hour and you're not in MI6. Yeah,
But what have you ever had a sort of an extended conversation with someone?
Yeah,
in that
I've tried to.
situation?
I tried to be reasonable with people. I tried to sort of reason with them to say, look, I'm not a prop. This isn't, well, he thinks I am. But, I've gone up in his estimation. As a warm prop, I'm one of the best around.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, a woman came to me when I was stood at a baggage reclaim in an airport, and she said, "Thank God you're here. I feel safer."
What did you
I
say?
said, "I'm not. I'm not in MI5." She felt safer because I was there in the baggage reclaim area. But I don't work for MI5. I'm an actor.
I was hoping I wouldn't have to kill you.
Your number is now up to be the next Mr. Darcy, Pride and Prejudice, and everybody's probably got their favourite one. But how are you going to do it differently? And I've got to ask if there's going to be any splashing around in a lake.
I don't know. Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. I quite like the idea of being a ginger Darcy. I think that's really breaking down barriers. One of the great last barriers to be broken down.
Agreed.
Yeah. And I quite like the idea of sort of me coming along and doing something else with it, or just copying one of them. Because some of the guys that have played it are amongst some of the best. I mean, Matthew McFadden, to me, is one of the best actors on the planet. So if I just try and copy him, maybe that's all right as well.
And you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But ginger.
But ginger, yeah, change it up.
You both could be doing, big budget TV, big budget movies. You have your pick of anything. Why is it still worth doing theatre?
My love in all of this stuff that we do is great actors. Watching them and being with them, and Martin is one of the greats, and so to be with him is I don't really care what the play is about. In essence, if I get to play around with someone like Martin, it's just a joy.
That's extremely generous. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm having a really, really lovely time as well. It's I agree. Like, one of the greatest pleasures of our job is just what happens between you and the other person, and what's happening. For me, I hope it's good, and I hope people like it. I hope people come. It's extremely enjoyable for me because he keeps, you want someone to keep you on your toes and like to give it back and, throw the ball back. I mean, and Jack is truly, I do take the mickey a lot about everything, but truly he's a fantastic, quick thinker. He's open, he's funny, he knows where the funny is. Doesn't always have to be there though. He's not a tart sometimes, but so am I. So am I sometimes. You need to be sometimes. But no, it's a real joy, genuinely.
Well, it's lovely to hear you talking both so excitedly about working with each other. It's an incredible read on the page. So once it's actually available for people to see on stage, I'm sure it will be a very thrilling thing for people to go and see. Well, Jack and Martin, thank you so much for coming in. It's been a pleasure to talk to both of you to hear about this new project, which will be on before too long.
Thank you.
Thank you.